I'm back. Sorry, y'all. Technical issues out here. Lost power. It's your boy Long Beach Joe, and I am back at it, back at it, back at it again. Ha! I'm back at it again, man. Excuse me, y'all. I don't know what's going on around here. All right. But the haters can't stop us. We are back. We are back. We are back. I hope everyone is having a good time and enjoying themselves in life. I'm having a great life, and I hope everyone else is. Hold on 1 second. All right, I already know, JJ, I already know what time it is. Hold on, okay? Because we got to get through this. We got to get through this. I'm going to go really quickly, all right? Listen, we got a lot to talk about, okay? Salute and respect to everybody watching me, no matter where you're watching me from. Please hit that thumbs up button. Listen, it is time to get into it. The New York Jets lost to the Patriots, okay? They lost to the Patriots. We all know that. They also have benched Justin Fields, for those of you that do not know that. Yes, they have benched Justin Fields. That was leaked by Diana Rossini. We're going to get into that as well, and we're going to have quite a bit of discussion. So let me go ahead and get into it. I got callers. Again, if I missed your call, I will get back to you. Trust me, okay? Give me 1 second because we're going to run through it. Listen, I'm the man of the people. I'm here for the people. Let me shamelessly promote my Facebook page. Everyone go on Facebook, search The Long Beach Joe Show. Like that page. My content's up there. Go ahead and give it a listen. Message me. I'll message you right back. I love going back and forth with you folks about this football team. Also, leave me some feedback. I love hearing about what you folks think I do here on The Long Beach Joe Show. Okay? I truly do. All right? I truly, truly do. I get a lot of messages. People want to talk to me about this team. It's been a rough season, all right, but I'll have that discussion with you. I'm also on Twitter as well, all right, for those of you that don't know, all right. I'm going to keep calling it Twitter. I don't care what y'all tell me or what y'all got to say about that. It's going to continue to be called Twitter, okay? That's the end of that, all right? Going over to Twitter, type in at The Long Beach Joe, at The Long Beach Joe on Twitter, and, hit your boy up, okay? Hit your boy up on Twitter and let it be known what you got going on. Follow me. I'll follow you right back. And let's go back and forth and have that discussion, okay? I have a lot of discussions on Twitter. I really, really do. And let me tell you something. They're very fruitful discussions, and sometimes those discussions turn into arguments, okay? And that's just kind of how it works, all right? I'm here for that, all right? So if you want to argue, go ahead and hop on Twitter as well. At The Long Beach Joe. Let's go back and forth. Let's argue. Okay. You yell, I yell. Let's have a good time. All right. Also, your boy's live. We do the show live. Okay. Live on YouTube. Come on over to YouTube. Okay. Come on over to YouTube. Type in Long Beach Joe Jets. Long Beach Joe Jets. Okay. On YouTube. All right. Hit that subscribe button. All right. Hit that notification bell. Give the video and streams a thumbs up and comment. Let me know what y'all think. Okay. I like that. I like going back and forth. But keep in mind, when you come here, you're going to be, you're going to mix it up with some people. I'm going to keep it real with you. You're going to mix it up with quite a bit of people. And the people I'm talking about are the savages, okay? My chat, I call them the savages. You want to know why? Because they're savage, okay? They're savage, all right? And we're going to get to everybody tonight. Salutes to everybody. Venom G's, I see you in the building. JJ, I see you in the building. He says that game was a game we could have won. Yeah. JJ says drop passes. We'll be talking about that as well. Outlaw says Joe salutes. All right. Again, Venom G salutes. Everybody salutes. All the savages. Again, please give the stream a thumbs up. Subscribe already. I know I have callers on the line. If I missed your call, I will get right back to you. Trust me. We're going to call people back. Just give me 1 second. We're going to start to go through some things. Okay. Now, we're going to start here. Jets lose to the Patriots. All right. This is a very frustrating game for me to watch. Everyone knows. Savages. I watched it live with the Savages. Jets lose 14-27. The Jets offense, it was rough. It was rough to watch. All right. Now we know that the Patriots have, gone through their rebuild and things like that, which is crazy that the Patriots went through a rebuild and they've come out of rebuild faster than we did. Okay. They went into a rebuild after us, came back out of it after us, and they look better than us. Okay. Caller, give me 1 second, okay? Give me 1 second. They went into a rebuild and came out of the rebuild faster than we did, okay? They got Drake May over there playing at an MVP level. They're doing a lot of good things over there. I can't stand the Patriots, But the truth is what the truth is, okay? We can't lie to ourselves. It is what it is, all right? So now we're sitting here, and we're looking around. I'm watching the Patriots handle their business. Our defense couldn't stop a soul, nothing, all right? They were getting first downs when they felt like it, doing whatever they felt like they wanted to do. Looking for the offense to answer, there was a lot of issues there. One of the issues that I think to me has become one of the biggest issues is the offensive game planning. How in the world are we not doing everything that we can do to get Breece Hall the football? Like, I'm confused about this. And I'm going to be talking to the callers about this tonight because this is mind-boggling to me. We came into the year, okay, very quickly. We came into the year knowing the Jets don't have a number 2 wide receiver. That was known. The Jets really only have 2 realistic, like, trustworthy weapons on the offense. And that one of them is Garrett Wilson, and you see that boy is on the screen, right? You see him. You see him. He's right there, okay? One of them is Garrett Wilson, and the other one is Breece Hall. That's it, right? Those are our two big punches, our 2 big left-right hooks, okay? Garrett Wilson, we know, is dealing with a knee sprain. Why is it that Breece Hall isn't more involved in the passing game than he's been? Why? Breece only had 2 catches on the day. He was only targeted twice. How is that possible? And don't give me, oh, well, you know, they're trying to cover him different ways. Bruh. Every team around the NFL, right, has identified weapons. All these good teams around here, they have identified guys. Look at the Vikings, okay? They got their big wide receiver. You already know what time it is. When you go up against him, it does not matter how you cover him. They're going to scheme and find a way to get him the ball. You know they're going to get that guy the ball. You go play the Bengals, Chase, you already know what time it is. Yeah, he's their best guy, right? They're going to find a way to get him the ball. You go play the Chiefs, you know Travis Kelce, he gonna get the ball. Every other team in the league can scheme to get their guy the ball in crunch time or whenever they feel like they need to get the ball to him so he can get the offense going. Why can't the Jets do that? Why? The Patriots did it. The Patriots did it constantly. Matt Collins, they got him the ball. Stephon Diggs, they got him the ball every time they needed to. Third down, they was looking for Stephon Diggs. By the way, he had 9 catches for 105 yards against us. The Jets defense struggled, bro, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. But the fact that the Jets offense can't scheme up a way to get Breece Hall, one of the more dynamic backs in the league. He can catch, he can do everything. Why we can't find a way to get him the football is mind-blowing. It's absolutely mind-blowing to me. I don't understand it. Can't get it. Also, A.D. Mitchell, that boy can't catch. He can't catch. I don't care what you guys are talking about. He can't catch. He's got to step it up. He had 3 brutal drops. One of them was deep down the field, hit him straight in the hands. He had another one where I didn't think it was the best throw by Justin Fields. He could have put it ahead of him. It was behind him, but it hit him in his hands. He dropped that. Then he hit another one. Then he dropped another one, that hit him as a crosser. Would have been a first down for the Jets. He dropped that too. He looked terrible on the night. He was terrible. My frustrations with the Jets offense just to continue, but the Jets defense was terrible. The penalties that I saw. Michael Clemens, why is he still a New York Jet? I watched Michael Clemens come off the line completely unblocked, had a one-on-one with a Patriots player and couldn't make the tackle. Got blown by. It's mind-boggling. The penalties that we saw, Jarvis Brownlee picking a guy up to start the game and suplexing him for a penalty early, just gifting the Patriots yards. What makes you think that you could get away with that? What makes you think that? He had other penalties in the game as well. We saw the Jets yet again gift the Patriots first downs. Gift them stuff. Man, Brandon Stevens didn't look good. The Jets defense is terrible. It's bad. This defense, I'm telling you, all year, this looks worse than when Robert Saleh was here. This is terrible. We can't stop anybody on third downs, nothing. everything's good. Now, keep in mind, they didn't even have their starting back plan. They didn't have Ramondre Stevenson playing. Usually that's the guy that cooks us. No, it was TreVeyon Henderson. TreVeyon Henderson. He was running the ball like crazy, running over people, running through people. 19 carries, 62 yards, 2 touchdowns. He also was getting it done in the passing game as well. It's crazy. The Patriots can scheme getting their backup running back involved in the passing game, but we can't scheme getting our starter involved in the passing game. Henderson had 5 catches for 31 yards and a touchdown. He was doing work for the Patriots. Work! He was doing work. And at the end of the day, it was another loss for the New York Jets. It was a bad performance. Bad performance overall. And you got to start questioning. I'm going to keep talking about this. I understand the Jets are not talented. We don't have enough talent on this football team. We don't have enough weapons. We don't have this. But the coaching, the things that we're seeing out there, coaching-wise, I need Aaron Glenn to show me more, dog. I need him to show me more. Because this is not the only performance where we've seen and we're like, what is going on out here? Most of this season has been filled with times where we're all wondering what the heck is going on out there. I'll talk to the callers about that as well. We'll be talking about the game if you guys want to talk about it. That was terrible because I can't stand the Patriots, bro. But to lose, I don't even want to keep going on about it. To lose in that fashion. Justin Fields, right? Reports leak day ago that Justin Fields is now going to be benched. Yes, he's going to be benched. This was leaked by Diana Rossini. That the New York Jets are going to bench Justin Fields and move forward with Tyrod Taylor as their starter. Now, here's the big thing. Caller, can you mute your side of the phone, please? Now, we don't know where Justin Fields is going to fall, okay? We don't know where he's going to fall at this point. Salutes to all the savages in the chat. I'll be coming to you. There's some people, right? We've seen some Jets analysts talk about how they think Justin Fields should end up being the third-string quarterback and that Brady Cook should be moved to number 2. I'm not saying that. What I am saying, though, is we know at this point that Tyrod Taylor is going to be the starter. Who knows where they put Justin Fields? What's kind of odd about this, though, right, about this report, is that it was leaked by Rossini. Keep in mind that the Jets facility is supposed to be locked, sealed, skin tight. Like, there's nothing that's supposed to get out of there, right? We talked about this. I mean, that place can hold water. You can't get nothing through there, nothing. But this leaks out. Also, Diana Rossini has leaked, with the quote fingers, quite a lot of reports that have come out about the New York Jets, and it's always been pushed to the side and poo-pooed because Rossini, we don't really trust her as a source. Well, now this comes out. Keep in mind that Aaron Glenn is going blow for blow every week with the New York Jets media because they ask him who the starter is going to be, and he tells them he's not going to tell them who the starting quarterback is going to be. And that the only person or the only people that need to know who the starting quarterback is going to be for the Jets on a weekly basis is Aaron Glenn and the starter, which he tells. It's crazy. The crazy thing about this as well is that there's always been rumors, right, throughout this season that Justin Fields was going to be benched. Before the Bengals game, there was a lot of talk that he was going to be benched, and the only reason that it didn't happen was because Tyrod Taylor's knee couldn't hold up. Keep in mind, before the Bengals game, Woody Johnson stepped out publicly, right, and spoke to the media and talked about how the reason why the Jets offense, and I'm paraphrasing, but the reason why the Jets offense struggles is because Justin Fields and what he's done at the quarterback position. He even said his rating was bad. He said a lot of stuff. Now, keep in mind, I am and was always vehemently against Woody Johnson or anybody, right, within that Jet staff or front office or has anything that has anything to do with the New York Jets coming out and speaking ill of a player publicly while they're still on the team. Because you're in a foxhole with that player, no matter who it is, especially if it's your quarterback, because we all know that the media, fan base, and everybody is hypercritical of quarterbacks, as they should be, because they control. A quarterback can literally win you a game or lose you a game. That's how important it is. They're the most important position in all of football. When you come out and you publicly bash a player the way Woody Johnson does, that does a lot of bad. A lot of bad. Because it's supposed to be you against the world. Now he can't trust you. Now he also starts to question what's going on in the locker room as well. He starts to question the coaches. Do you guys feel that way as well? It creates a lot of bad. But Woody Johnson came out and did that. Well, Tyrod Taylor's knee doesn't hold up. Justin Fields come out against the Bengals. He looked really good, and we beat the Bengals. Then we went on to beat the Browns, and Justin Fields was just kept as a starter. And now here we are, where he's benched. This is the same guy that the New York Jets gave 2 years to, $40 million overall, $30 million guaranteed. This was the guy that they moved on from Aaron Rodgers for. They moved on from Aaron Rodgers, had like a 2-minute meeting with him, said, hey, see you around. All right, AR, you can get up out of here. And they grabbed Justin Fields as soon as possible. Keep in mind, I don't know if y'all remember this, but the second that Justin Fields put that green jersey on, he was automatically named a starter. Everyone else had to compete for their role on this football team, but not Justin Fields. They told us that consistently. There will be no quarterback competition. Justin Fields is a starter. Tyrod Taylor is the backup. They thought that much of him. What is going to happen going forward with Tyrod Taylor? What is going to happen going forward with Justin Fields? I'm wondering if they're going to cut him this offseason. If they cut him before June 1st, there'll be $22 million in dead cap for the New York Jets. Keep in mind, Aaron Rodgers will be on the books in 2026. In 2026, he is still on the Jets' books for $35 million. If we cut Justin Fields, that will be $57 million in dead cap money on the Jets' books for two quarterbacks that are not here anymore. They're not here. Whoa. I'm just gonna say this, like, hey man, I'm gonna ask the tough questions because again, Justin Fields was the guy that the Jets ran to grab. He was the guy that y'all wanted to continue to move forward with, and so I'm just thinking, hey man, how can I just feel such a sense of confidence, right? How do I go into the draft or this upcoming free agency and have no kind of worries about you being able to select the actual next quarterback, especially if we're talking about drafting the next guy to come here? Does nobody else like have any kind of worries about this? Because you guaranteed this guy $30 million. Y'all watched him and you thought he can absolutely run this system, this offense that we have. And 6.5 weeks into the season, y'all was already ready to bench him and move on from him. I'm going to be asking that question tonight. Tyrod Taylor, I'm going to touch on this really quickly. Pause. Tyrod Taylor, hey, I know everybody thinks that that's just going to be an added spark. Tyrod Taylor's got something to prove as well. We saw him against the Bucs. Wasn't the greatest. 45 yards passing. By halftime, he threw a bad pick in the second quarter, a pick six, actually. There's a lot of issues. Now, they came back in the second half, able to kind of rally some things, but keep in mind the Bucs were also reeling from losing Mike Evans. There was some issues there, but they still closed out and beat us. So I'm wondering. But again, I still got some questions. I got questions about coaching. I got questions about all kind of things. We're going to get to the lines because I gotta talk to the people. This has been quite an eventful week for the Jets. Also, the Jets signed Kalen Saunders. That's a veteran defensive tackle Also, my thoughts and prayers are with Chris Boyd as well. He was shot critically and wounded in Manhattan early Sunday morning. He was at Bellevue Hospital, fighting for his life. Boyd was actually shot in the abdomen. The bullet was lodged in his lung, and he's undergone multiple medical procedures since arriving at the hospital. He's still critical, but he's stable now. So my thoughts and prayers are with Chris Boyd and his family, and I'm wishing him nothing but a speedy recovery. Okay. Now we're going to continue forward. I'm going to get to these lines, all right, because we got to talk about what's going on around here. 805-885-0467 is the number. Call in. If I miss your call, I will get right back to you. Now we're going to get to these lines. I think it's Brick City. Brick City, are you in the building?
I'm back, baby.
Salute.
What's going on?
Let me show you some respect. For those of you that do not know, Brick City, this man is a savage. He's a savage, okay?
Appreciate it.
Brick City salutes, man. We got quite a bit to talk about. We're going to get through. Again, for those of you, if I missed your call, I know I lost JJ earlier. I will come right back to you, okay? Trust me. We're going to move through the calls, all right? Brick City, what are your thoughts, man? Jets losing to the Patriots, Justin Fields getting benched. How are you feeling about this current situation of the Jets?
I feel disgusted. Justin Fields is not the guy. We gave $30 million guarantee to a guy that can't throw in the intermediate routes to passes. He's a great athlete. He can run. He got this deep ball, but it's like Zach Wilson all over again. Cut the party short, but it's like Zach Wilson all over again. And, Tyrod Taylor is Mr. Glass. He's really not the answer. I know everybody's, pushing for Brady Cook to play. I want to win, man. I don't want to tank, whatever the case may be. I don't trust this coaching staff to pick it, to have a top quarterback because I don't trust the quarterback staff. I like Angstrand. It's not his fault. I like how he schemes up plays. The players just got to make those catches, man. AD Mitchell is giving me Stephen Hill vibes, a guy that got all the athleticism and can't catch.
Yeah,
that's not going to help. John Mechie, I think he can be solid. I want to see more Mason Taylor. Hell, he put Breece Hall in the slot. I mean, we're supposed to be hearing all this. We're supposed to use Breece Hall as this Swiss Army knife back. We haven't seen much of it this season because I believe that Justin Fields can't make those type of throws to the flat, or if it's an angle route from the backfield. So I'm just
can I and it's good that you touched on that, Brick City, because I want to go there with you. All right. Here's the deal. If we're talking about scheming, if we're talking about Breece Hall being more involved in the passing game, we've seen Justin Fields be able to hit Breece Hall in the flats. We've seen it. Because we've seen him get involved in the passing game earlier. You look at the stuff against the Steelers. There were some passes. There was one against the Browns that he took that was short, that was near the flats. Took it short, boom, took off. And that helped Justin Fields out a lot in that game because the offense was struggling there too. Why is it that we aren't seeing Breece Hall maybe moved around in the slot, motioned around, brought out the backfield motion? Why aren't we seeing any screens for Breece Hall? Give him some blockers and make it happen in front of him. I mean, what is the problem here? Give me your thoughts.
I don't think the coaching staff believe in Justin Fields, honestly. I don't believe that Aaron Glenn, I think Aaron Glenn understands now that he has made a mistake. I think Muji understands that he made a mistake. Justin Fields, yes, you are right. He has made those throws, but he couldn't make those throws on a consistent basis. And to run this type of offense, you got to hit those throws on a consistent basis. Justin Fields holds the ball so much because our offensive line is playing amazingly this year. Mm-hmm. And Justin Fields is killing this team. He's really killing this team. Mm-hmm. His confidence is shot. He's gun shy. He's been getting hit. I feel like the concussion is still lingering a little bit, in my opinion, from taking those two dirty hits earlier in the season. I think one was in Denver, and I think the other one was in the Tampa Bay game. Those was some dirty hits, and I think he's still recovering from that concussion. He's not playing right. He needs to just be shut down in my opinion, shut down for the rest of the season just to save his health.
Well, okay, and I don't know, if the concussions affect him. I know Tyrod was the starter for that Bucs game, but he did take a shot in that game, and he was, he was injured as well. Here's my deal, though. If you're ready to sit this guy down, because they were ready to sit him down 6.5 weeks into the season, They're just benching him officially now. But there was a lot of talk about him being sat down and benched before the Bengals game. Brick City, as a Jets fan, when you see this staff, Aaron Glenn and Moogie, turn from Aaron Rodgers and run towards Justin Fields the way that they did and guarantee him $30 million to come in, name him the starter day one with no competition, right? That's their guy, right? They tied themselves to him as the guy that was going to move forward at quarterback. How comfortable are you with the Jets after this debacle at quarterback? How comfortable are you with them going forward and being able to find a stable fit at quarterback for the future of the New York Jets, whether it be free agency or the draft?
I'm not comfortable at all. I'm not comfortable at all with this coaching staff. I like AG. I respect him as a player growing up as a kid. I respect his grind. I respect how he got to this position and it's part of his life. I'm not a hater. I'm glad that he's there, but I don't think he's the right guy as head coach. We need an offensive guy in the building. We need somebody that works with quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
Unless Aaron Glenn makes some changes in the offseason, because I believe, I'm not trying to change the subject, but I believe that Eric Eastman is not going anywhere. I believe that the special teams coordinator is not going anywhere. Steve Wilkes got to go. He has to go. I never liked the hiring from the beginning. I was mixed on Engstrand. I did not like the quarterback coach because I believe he was like a running backs coach or whatever the case may be, if I'm correct. I don't trust that. But if Aaron Glenn makes notable changes, I will probably have more confidence in this organization from Moogie to Glenn.
Mm-hmm.
I would have more confidence if they make some changes to say to the fans, hey, of Aaron Glenn say, hey, I made some mistakes. I'm correcting them, and if he's showing the fans that he's willing to correct on his mistakes and willing to improve the team, my confidence will grow a little bit better for him. Because let's be real, he's going to be here at least another season.
Yeah, for sure.
So man, we control the draft in the next 2 years, but yeah, we're going to hit on quarterback. But my main concern is who we're going to get as the backup or that bridge quarterback. There's free agency. There's really nobody going to be there. I don't think Kirk Cousins wants to come here. I feel like Jacoby Brissett is going to be locked down with Arizona. I think he's going to get an extension there if he continues to play well down the stretch. Gardner Minshew, yeah, sure, but as a backup, I'll have him. But as a bridge, I don't know. He hasn't shown really much in the NFL that he's a capable quarterback. I believe Mac Jones is going to stay with San Francisco. So as far as a bridge quarterback or middle of the road guy, somebody that's just average, I don't know. I really don't know. I think we're just going to get in the draft and draft either Ty Simpson or Mendoza.
Yeah. We're going to see there. I've heard people talking about Kyler Murray coming here. We'll cover that as time continues. I'm not interested in Kyler Murray at this point either.
No way.
There's been so many questions about him and whether he really is even willing to prepare as a quarterback. I have respect for him because he was a really good quarterback at one point, but there's so many questions about him and if he even really wants to prepare to play football.
I have a theory. I want to say this. I don't want to hold everybody up, but I have a theory about Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray he's what I call a half-season quarterback. He's only good between September and October. Around the time the new Call of Duty comes out, he's either injured or his play goes really downhill. And it's a conspiracy, and I think that conspiracy is true. His heart is not in the game. His heart is in the game, but his heart is in the wrong game. Yeah. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, there's been questions about it, and Call of Duty was the game that people said that he'd rather play that than actually prepare for his upcoming weeks.
Like he played for Call of Duty, he'll be a dangerous quarterback on the field, but he'd be on that Fortnite. He got to he got to stop with that. Well, I don't want nobody like that.
Quickly, give me your 3 keys to victory for the New York Jets, and give me your final score prediction for the upcoming game against Baltimore.
Cool. Normally, is gangrene till I die. We're gonna get an upset win. Tyrod Taylor, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception.
Okay.
Breece Hall, running touchdown. Now the receiving touchdown is gonna go to the rookie Mason Taylor. And you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna give AD Mitchell a touchdown on a bomb play, on a play action bomb. 27-24 Jets.
All right. 27-24 Jets. Jets, Jets.
Let's
Brick
go.
City took
Gang
'em.
Green till I die, baby. Let's go, Gang Green. Let's go. Love
Let's
you,
go.
man. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Be
Salutes.
safe.
Call in next show. Listen, Brick City talking that talk, man. He's calling in. He's talking that talk, and he's letting it be known. We're going to keep going to these lines, man. All right. Salutes to all the savages in the chat. Every last one of y'all. Okay. Again, if I mix your call, I'm coming right back to you. Okay. I'm coming right back to you immediately. All right. Man, there's so many things going on right now with the Jets, man. So many things happening with the New York Jets. Let me tell you. We're going to JJ, is this you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Listen, salutes. We're going to get to everybody if I miss
Salute.
your call. JJ, salutes. Listen, lines is hot. We're moving and shaking. Give me your thoughts, man. Justin Fields benched. Jets lose to the Patriots. How are you feeling about all of this, man?
You had to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was a very winnable game. It's not all on Fields.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that beautiful, beautiful, perfect throw on 3rd and 8 down the sideline, deep pass, perfect throw. Probably the best throw he's made all year. Mitchell, you have to catch it. He put it right in the basket. You know, the second one was he could have caught it, but he had him open, and he kind of it was a bit of a miss. You know, it was a bit of a miss by Fields.
Yep.
So I can't kill him. He could have caught it, but it was difficult.
Yeah.
And then third drop, I can't totally get him. That was an absolute rifle.
Mm-hmm.
That thing was like literally like a 120-mile-an-hour pass. So the first one was a killer. I can't go crazy over the last 2 drops.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you want to call it drops. But Fields, it was time.
Yeah.
It was time.
Yeah.
Am I excited about Taylor? Absolutely not.
Okay.
So it is what it is.
Okay.
It is what it is.
So are you a guy that wants to see Brady Cook get a?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd rather
you want to see him get a start eventually, right?
I don't want to see Tyrod Taylor. For what?
Wow.
The season is over. We know what he is. There's no point.
Okay.
There's 0 point.
Well, what about because there's a thought process out there that Tyrod Taylor, if you're moving on from Justin Fields, Tyrod Taylor gives you the best opportunity to be able to really survey the talent that you have. Because he's a guy, he does get hurt a lot. Yeah. You're going to see some bad interceptions. But he's a guy that gives you the best chance to really, see if guys are talented offensively. Can they catch? Can they get open? Can they run their routes properly? So I understand the talk about Brady Cook because, he's just a young guy that's on the roster and let's see what he's got. But if you're trying to judge everybody else, look at a guy, Mason Taylor being one of them. And I've talked about him since the offseason. Mason Taylor, This is about the time, if you ain't going to scheme up for Breece Hall, I mean, are you going to scheme up for Mason Taylor, the guy you just drafted in the second round? Like, are you going to give him a chance to, go out there and actually do something? Right. So I understand where you're coming from, but Tyrod may give you the better chance of what's left at quarterback that you're going to. Give me your thoughts.
Yeah. No, that's fair. No, I can't argue that. If, like you said, if you want to see which, was Mitchell can he bounce back from his rough debut as a Jet? I agree that he's probably the guy if, to get guys, to give us the best chance to see what these weapons can do.
Yeah.
So he's the best passer out of, the 3 quarterbacks we have, right? Mm-hmm. So, I get it. I get what you're saying 100%.
Yeah.
I'll give our weapons the best chance, to put up some stats or, so, yeah. Let's see.
So with that being said, JJ, as we're looking at this situation right now, with everything that you've seen go on with the Jets quarterback situation up until this point, how comfortable are you with this Jets staff? How comfortable are you with the Jets GM being able to go into the future, right, with whether it be the draft or even in free agency, and actually finding the right quarterback to lead the New York Jets? What level of confidence do you have in them?
I mean, from 1 to 10, like a 2 or a 3, I'm not very confident.
Okay.
I'm not very confident. That's why a part of me is like, just draft the best talent in the draft. Like, a part of me is like, I'm scared to even draft a quarterback. I'm just like, do we just draft a receiver, draft the best receiver in the draft, which we still clearly need desperately. Like, if they don't believe any of these quarterbacks are the guy, and I don't even know if I trust that, like we're saying,
Yeah.
then just wait. Like, you can't. One thing you can't do is force a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just say, "Oh, we need one." So you think Tennessee thought, you know, he was the guy? Look at their quarterback situation. Their rookie, he's been dreadful,
Yep.
dreadful. So you got to know he's the guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not even sure there is a guy in this draft, to be honest with you, at quarterback. I don't love any of these QBs.
Yeah.
I just don't.
Yeah, I know
I
that
like Mendoza. I don't love him.
yeah.
I don't love him. I like him.
Yeah,
I don't love him.
there's some people that are just completely sold on Mendoza. I'm not. I'm really not.
I'm not
But,
either.
as time
I'm
continues
not
on, we'll see. But his pocket presence is just. Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
I understand the strong arm, but Zach Wilson had a strong arm too, and people tried to sell me on him, and I was like, we'll see. We'll see as time continues on, but he's talented.
Right.
He is talented. I like Simpson too. I think
Yeah.
they're good, but like you said, I'm not. I don't love any prospect here.
Right.
And even talking about
Right.
some of the veteran guys like Kyler Murray, I'm like, oh my goodness. I mean, could this be a year where the Jets just wait until like 2027 to get their guy?
Right.
Oh,
I'm okay with that. I'm sorry.
you're
People
willing to
may
go
think
through
that's
another
crazy. I'm
brutal
okay with,
year offensively, though? Because whoever you get, you're going to get if you go veteran, you're going to get a second-rate veteran, right? And when you look at the Jets, they don't have enough weapons. So it's like, do you want to go through another 4 or 5 win year, JJ? Are you willing to do that?
All right, so let's say you do. Let's say you go receiver with our top 5 pick, right? And then maybe you sign a stopgap quarterback. We win around 5 games. If there's quarterbacks you love, then you get it next year, right? Because the quarterback that we draft, who are our weapons going to be? Garrett Wilson, is our number one. I'm still not even sure he's the number 1 wide receiver, by the way.
You don't think Garrett Wilson's the number 1?
I'm not sold on it.
Oh,
no,
my goodness.
I'm not sold on that.
All right.
No.
All right.
I'm not sold on that.
No,
he's not a Chase. He's not a Jefferson. I don't think he's a Malik Neighbor. There's a lot of receivers that are better than him. A lot.
Okay.
I think he's a great 2. A low end 1, maybe. Low end 1. So whatever quarterback, who's going to be your number 2 receiver? Who's going to be your number 3? We need multiple receivers. I'm talking like 3, easily.
Oh, man.
So what quarterback is going to thrive with these weapons?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, if we draft a quarterback first round, I'm sure we'll draft a receiver in the second round. But, that second round curse from the Jets with receivers, no, that's a curse.
Yeah.
No. How many second round draft picks at receiver were busts? You could go through them over and over. I'm scared to even draft a receiver in the second round.
No.
So listen, if you don't love a quarterback, I'm okay with waiting. I'm sorry. Call it crazy.
Oh, man.
And the one thing I don't want to do, because all these picks we have, it would be a shame to have 3 first-round picks next year and what looks to be an incredible draft, the following draft.
Yeah.
To have to give 1 or 2 of those up to move up for quarterbacks that I don't even love, I don't want to do that. I just don't.
Yeah.
I just don't. I don't think any of them are worth it. Like, we have a treasure of picks. I don't want to just trade all the picks we have now, all the first-round picks, or at least 2 or 3 of them. I don't know. I wouldn't love that, to be honest.
Yeah.
I wouldn't love doing that.
No, I mean, I understand where you're coming from. I don't agree with you on the Garrett Wilson take. Like, at one point in the season, he literally led the league in dang near every statistical or every stat like that mattered for wide receivers. I think that Garrett Wilson is really good. I think that he's a number 1 wide receiver, but I do think that quarterback play has limited him quite a bit. He's had over 1,000 yards every year that he's been here, no matter what the quarterback is. And can you even imagine if we just had a solid, solidified quarterback, what they could be able to do with Garrett Wilson? I wouldn't do that. But I everything else, I understand your take there. Well, JJ, give me your thoughts, man. We got this upcoming game against the Ravens. I'm concerned about the Jets defense and them not being able to stop Derrick Henry or the Ravens running game. Give me your 3 keys to victory for the Jets against the Ravens, and give me your final score prediction as well.
3 keys. pray, and pray some more. No,
Okay.
no. I
you,
mean,
you got that right.
don't let Lamar Jackson. I mean, sheesh. I would just say don't let Lamar Jackson use his legs. I mean, we know what Fields could do, and he's electric with his legs, but
Yeah.
Lamar is like different.
Yeah.
He's back. Henry hasn't necessarily been Henry this year. Part of it because Lamar missed a bunch of time. So, more stacked boxes or whatever.
Yeah.
But definitely wouldn't surprise me if he went off.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to establish Breece.
Yeah.
Point blank. You have to establish the run game. I would just let Lamar beat me with his arm. If he's going to beat me through the air, I'll live with it. I'd stack the box.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let Lamar go off with his legs. Don't let Henry run for 200 yards, which he's capable of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Give me your final score prediction.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna go 34-17 Baltimore.
Ooh, 34-17. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
JJ, listen.
I gotta be real.
Look, and I respect it. I want to thank you for calling in. Next time I have a show, I want to hear from you. All right.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, brother. Have a good one.
Absolutely. Same to you. Listen, JJ calling in. He's giving us takes. Okay? Point blank period. He is giving us takes. And I didn't agree with this take about Garrett Wilson, but I will say this. This draft, this upcoming offseason is going to be very, very interesting for the Jets. Rusty, are you on the line?
What's up, Joe?
Listen, salute.
Salute savages.
Let me give Rusty some respect. For those of you that do not know, Rusty, he's a savage. Okay? Also, JJ's a savage as well. I don't know if I showed him his respect as well. Listen, Rusty, you are on the line. We're talking Jets, man. Justin Fields benched. What are your thoughts about it? Tyrod Taylor is now the Jets starter, according to reports from Rossini.
Like I said in April, I was coveting that first overall pick. If there's one person who's busting Fields, I knew busting Fields. I couldn't stand him when he was for my Buckeyes. Can't stand him when he was for my Jets. Saw it coming. Sorry, bud, but it's the truth. You know it's true.
I will say this. This has been a very interesting season. There's been a lot of things moving and shaking. I was hoping to see Justin Fields work out here. Everyone knows that. I like Justin Fields, but
that's a good human, yeah. But,
yeah, and I think he showed some things with the Steelers. I think that there's been some issues with the offensive game plan as well, though. I'm going to be completely frank about that, right? Even if you look at the game against the Patriots, right? And I know people, I get it. Justin Fields, he had some rough spots, but he also made some throws that were dropped. And I feel like people aren't taking that into accountability at all either.
The receivers were surprised, man. Can't fault them.
A.D. Mitchell was surprised, I guess, all game. He was surprised when he got there. He was surprised when he was running around. A.D. Mitchell looked bad. And I understand. Again, I'm not caping for Justin Fields. There has been times where I've been like, whoa, yeah, maybe it's time. But I'm looking around as well, right? And like I said, I'm seeing the drops, but then I'm looking at Tyrod Taylor, and I'm feeling like a lot of people think that Tyrod's going to bring something that we haven't seen him bring either. Because that Bucs game, anybody watch that game where he was actually the starter? 45 yards of passing at the half. He threw a brutal pick six. I remember doing a show after that game. A lot of people were not happy. They were not happy, okay? So what are your expectations of Tyrod as a starter?
What do we say? It is what it is.
It is what it is. It is what it is. I mean, so you're just so you don't think that the offense is gonna. You don't think the offense is going to.
Tries.
You don't think the offense is going to, take an uptick with him as a starter now?
We'll see what happens after the first quarter, but I mean, he does let at least he's not sitting there patting the baby and burping it and stuff like that for like 20 seconds and doing all that stuff. But you're right, and he does noodle it sometimes. It's weird. Like it's just I don't know. It's just not our year, man. At least we got them first round draft picks. We got 2 this year, 3
Mhm.
next year. I'm glad we got rid of Sauce Gardner. A lot of people are going to be angry about that, but
Yeah.
What are you going to do? The
Yeah.
guys, we were losing with him in both Quinnen, which I liked Quinnen, but we lost, with both of them. So I mean, and we're actually 2-1 without him. Believe that. It's freaking crazy.
No,
but I mean, it's a blessing in disguise. I mean, it's always darkest before the dawn, and we're used to that after the past 15 years, or I don't even know how long it's been. It's probably been 15 years, I'd say.
Yeah, and you're talking about the dawn, and I know everyone's looking forward to, finally finding that quarterback for the Jets. And I'm going to ask you the question because I'm not going to stop asking tough questions when I talk to Jets fans.
Yeah.
Because guess
Right
what?
on.
That's what I do. Here's the deal.
Good.
And I've talked about this multiple times. I think I've talked about this with you too. About my reservations with Aaron Glenn as our head coach, because I do not think that he's shown that he's a quality head coach yet in this league. He has not. I want someone to tell me he's a defensive guy. The defense looks horrific and has looked horrific all year. All year.
I say that's Wilkes.
Okay.
I understand.
You get what I'm saying? But okay, well, even if you go to the offense, the Jets' offense hasn't looked good. So what are you doing here? Right? Okay, cool.
Our line looks good.
Yeah, I tell you what,
Armand
Membu, I told y'all, Armand Membu, that was my guy. He's looking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Olu.
I was with you on that too.
Olu's
a freaking beast.
That's a fact. Olu, my other guy.
I hated Olu, but that's because he was Penn State and he was good.
Yeah.
That's because he was good. It was a good beat.
Exactly. But
I hated seeing him.
But to continue forward, right? I'm looking at Aaron Glenn as a coach. I'm looking at Moogie as our general manager. We've seen the debacle, right, from Justin Fields. That situation's over. They were all in on Fields. They gave him $30 million guaranteed, all right, to come here. Booted Aaron Rodgers out the door, said, hey, we're moving on. They could have honestly have just stuck with Tyrod Taylor from the very jump. He was already here on the roster under contract. They went and grabbed Justin Fields, immediately named him the starter. Now that's over. How confident are you?
Fans in that way.
Yeah. How confident are you in this general manager and this head coach, Aaron Glenn, to actually find the Jets franchise quarterback going forward after seeing what's happened with Justin Fields?
Believe it or not, usually I'd be sus because this past, between the waste cases and everybody else, I actually feel comfortable with AG. Believe it or not.
Really?
It's a weird. Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, I do, and I liked what Muji has been doing. He's been secretly doing some pretty high Q chess moves behind the curtains, getting different picks, getting different players in here, bringing in actual dogs that want to be here, and just seeing what's going on.
Like who?
I think that
Brandon Stevens?
AG is just sort of being a mad scientist in that way, where he's all right, let's see where the chips fall where they lie. Fields works out because I strongly think that Fields was strictly a fan base move, and they're okay, 15 mil basically a year, that's nothing in the grand scheme of things. They wrote in to Sauce's contract knowing that he's going to be able to get traded if they, had people calling, so that favored us. So there was a lot of things going behind the scenes. You know what I mean?
No, I understand that. Here's the thing, though. I understand. That how they worked Sauce's contract and traded him. But are you okay? Even all those moves, how much better are the Jets? They're 2-8. They've looked terrible this year. Even when Sauce was here, you got rid of Sauce and Quinnen Williams. Quinnen Williams wanted to go though. He was done. He was tired, and I don't blame him at all. I'm not bashing Quinnen Williams at all. I wish him nothing but the best with the Cowboys. But he had enough, and he'd seen enough. Now you get rid of Sauce Gardner, who's a franchise corner, right? Okay, cool. You take that piece.
I agree to disagree with you.
Okay. You listen. Y'all can feel how y'all feel, but when he was here, okay, All Pro, was the defensive rookie of the year, Pro Bowler. Sauce was. It is what it is. Okay, fine. You're making all those moves, but you're 2-8. The coaching is terrible, and you can say, "Oh well, the defense is on Wilkes or whatever." Aaron Glenn hired him. That's like saying, okay, well, when Rex was here, well, the offense is on, Tony Sparano, but y'all still blame Rex though. Nobody gave Rex Ryan a pass when the offense was bad. Nobody said, "Oh, Rex, don't worry about that. Your defense is screaming." And Rex had the defense screaming. Nobody cared about that. It's because he's the head coach. So why am I not passing the buck to Aaron Glenn? Why am I not passing the buck to Moogie when these moves look the way that they look the way that they look? You guys can say, okay, well, I mean, you can say you feel confident. And again, I want to continue to hear from you, but they gave Justin Fields $30 million guaranteed. If they cut him this offseason, he's $22 million dead cap. With Aaron Rodgers, that's $57 million in dead cap money. So I'm sitting back looking around like, okay, you were that confident in this guy. You gave him $30 million guaranteed and named him the starter. How can I be confident with you going forward and finding the actual guy? Because this was your first attempt. This was your first attempt. I'm liking it, and I'll give you the last word. I'm likening this. Remember when Joe Douglas got here? Joe Douglas and Robert Saleh got here. The first thing they did was
Joe Douglas.
Huh?
I still like Joe Douglas.
But what was the first thing they did? They got rid of
Jamal.
Got him out of here fast.
Yeah.
Got him out of here.
About that. And that worked out pretty well, didn't it?
So I'm just saying, they took Zach Wilson, and whatever happened happened. Well, this is the guy you select. You gave him $30 million, and it happened what it happened. You got your first quarterback. Now, I think that Aaron Glenn is definitely going to get his chance to grab another. But I'm just saying, how confident are you? How can anyone truly, really be confident after seeing what's happening with Justin Fields? I'll give you the last word on it.
Yeah, no doubt, bud. I think he was just ultimately feeling out the whole team around a quarterback, seeing what, like I was saying before in a way, like it's an experiment. Seeing what the line does, if the line was trash or not. Seeing how the quarterback reacts. Seeing what type of quarterback you need. Like Fields was a one-look pony. Always has been, always will, unfortunately. Sometimes you just can't break a wild horse. There's sometimes got to be free roaming. Yeah. And, it didn't work. He tried it, too, with, Tyrod. I mean, Tyrod's a career backup, and the guy's great, but he's older, too. So then all of a sudden he's going to have noodles in his arm. He's going to get hurt. He's going to get flushed out. He's going to try and overdo things sometimes. But at least he tries. Mm-hmm. But I just hope that we trade back. If we're not getting number one, I hope we trade back and then get Tate with our first pick, the wide receiver out of my Buckeyes, get Sonny Styles, the linebacker from there, who's extremely underrated, both in the first, but with a trade back. And then in one of those trade backs, I hope we can get a third. And then get the kid from Vandy, man, Diego Pavia. He is underrated, and he's good, too. He is second highest QBR in the nation out of all the QBs that are able to be drafted this year. No quitting him. He's gritty. And then if that don't work out, 2027, you got 3 first-round draft picks. Go up and get Julian Sayin or, whoever. At least you have that. But around that, build up your whole entire team. So all you need next is offense. Yeah. Grab some fatties. Grab a center in some part, like Connor Liu from Auburn. You can get him for a steal. He got dinged up, so he's probably not going to go until like the 4th. Yeah. Who was rated until he got hurt as the number 1 center in the whole draft. Keep that core. Sign AVT to a show-me type of contract.
Incentive laden.
Don't just let him go.
Incentive laden.
Even though he's always hurt. But who knows?
Yeah. No. Yes.
And
listen, you're making, and we'll cover that. We'll cover all that stuff as time continues on. But you're making some solid points. Before I let you go, Rusty, because you're bringing some fire on this call. Give me your final score prediction, man. Jets, Ravens. How do you think this game ends? How do you think this game ends up?
Oh, we're cooked, bud. I think it's probably
like Thanksgiving dinner. Yes, sir. Cooked.
I think it's going to be something like 27-24 Ravens. Us like 17 or 14. So they're going to beat us basically by a touchdown or 10 points. That's what I think.
Okay.
It's going to be hard fought in the first half, though, but I just don't, unfortunately.
Listen, Rusty, phenomenal call from you. I got to slide off. I got other callers on the line. Next time I have a show, I want to hear from you, all right?
Absolutely, bro. Shout out to you. Shout out to all the Savages. Let's go Jets 2026, bud, and kill it in the draft.
Let's do it. Salutes. Listen, Rusty calling in, giving us takes, okay? Rusty's calling in, and he is giving us absolute takes. Val, I'll come to you next. Steve, I believe, is going to be on the line here. Val, we'll come to you next, though. Steve, are you on the line here, man?
Hey, Joe.
Salute, Steve. Good to see you. For those of you that do not know Steve, he is a savage. Steve's a savage. Val, I'll let you in next, and then we'll go to 252. Listen, Steve, a lot of things moving and shaking with the Jets, coming off of a rough loss to the Patriots. The New York Jets have benched Justin Fields. Tyrod Taylor is now the Jets starter, according to reports by Diana Rossini. What are your thoughts, man?
Hey, Joe. Well, first off, it's always great to hear from you, man. Long time no talk, obviously. Obviously, we've all been busy. But you know something, Joe? This is something, Joe, that I'm not really, really, really surprised about. I mean, listen, when we look back, obviously, when we lost to New England on Thursday night last week, the thing was, listen, the thing is, like, the one thing is that, like, this team on the offense, they know how to run the ball really well. But unfortunately, when we look at our passing offense, it's ranked 32nd. Our passing offense is ranked 32nd. And the reason why it's ranked 32nd is because, unfortunately, Fields is afraid to throw the ball, unfortunately. Because at times, like even when he makes the easy completions, unfortunately, he unfortunately is making it, like, hard on the players. And honestly, to bench him for Tyrod Taylor for Sunday's game against Baltimore, honestly, this was the right decision that Aaron Glenn made. Aaron Glenn had to make the decision, and he finally realized that I got to make a decision now if I want to at least win a few more games this season.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's rough, man. This is the guy that they signed, they brought into the building. How confident are you in them going forward with Tyrod Taylor? What type of spark do you think he'll bring to the offense?
Like, I think they're going to feature Breece Hall more in the passing game, because the thing is that we've been even saying this, everyone has even been saying this all season. Why has Breece Hall not been involved in the passing game?
Mm-hmm.
The problem is Justin Fields is just afraid to throw the football. With Tyrod has more confidence in throwing the football. Like, if anybody remember from the game that he played when Fields was hurt for Tampa Bay, he threw the ball a lot. Even when Tyrod came into the game against Carolina, he was throwing the ball. He was throwing the ball downfield. Like, that's also been the thing. Like, the Jets' offense this year hasn't really been throwing the ball a lot downfield. The only game that really happened was the game against the Bengals, and that helped us win that game. So, I mean, listen, I think with Tyrod, going in, I think it will bring a spark to the offense, and I think Breece Hall will definitely be more involved. I love to see more of Mason Taylor, be involved with the offense, But the thing is, though, this team still has a lot of work to do. I mean, listen, even with the trades that happening with Sauce and Quinnen, listen, the thing was with the Quinnen Williams trade, Quinnen just obviously wanted to move on, and listen, I didn't blame him at all. I mean, the Sauce trade, I was still kind of shocked about, but honestly, the last couple of years, and even including this year, Sauce just hasn't really been as good as he was his first 2 seasons with us. But unfortunately, Joe, it's just the thing is that I could tell from Darren Mucci, he wants to try and build this team the way he wants to. And listen, I did like these moves that he did make, and we definitely did get a lot of draft capital, and we do have a lot of money in the cap going into 2026. But we just got to see what happens as time goes on.
Yeah, we do, and I'm hoping, that Mugi can build this team, but so far it's been pretty rough. I mean, he walked into this year.
And listen.
He walked into this year. Hold on a second. He walked into this year with no number 2 wide receiver. And everybody I, for a fact, was saying, hey, whoa, wait a minute, guys. I love Garrett Wilson, but who's the guy next to him? Like, don't tell me Alan Lazard is the guy. Who's our number 2? And we haven't really had any solid answer to that. So the New York Jets definitely were limited on weapons. I understand, Breece Hall, for whatever reason, we can't find a way to get him the ball. I want to see more from Mason Taylor, but I'm hoping with these picks, Moogie can get it done. He's got to hit on these picks. He's got to. Because people can talk about Sauce all they like and now, but he's a top corner in this league, and he's a franchise corner. That's why the Colts were ready to pay what they did for him, because they wanted his services there. They wanted to have that lockdown defense now on their board. So here we are. They got to make it happen, and that's what I'm wondering is, okay, we look at everything that's gone on. How comfortable are you with them going forward to actually select the quarterback that's going to be here for the future, Steve? I mean, are you completely confident in him? You don't have any reservations at all with this staff being able to make the right selection?
Listen, obviously, here is the thing, though, Joe. This is obviously, a first-year, staff that we've had. And unfortunately, when you do have a first-year group of staff, they're always going to make these mistakes. They're always going to make, these bad decisions. And, listen, the one thing I am going to say is that I did want to talk a little bit about Aaron Glenn with you, about how I felt that he's done. Listen, has Aaron Glenn done the best of job this year so far?
Hell no.
Unfortunately, no.
No.
But here is the thing. I do have a lot of confidence in Glenn as going forward as the coach. And the thing is that one thing is I like this is that, he has admitted his mistakes, in, even day after games, when he goes over the film, he talks about certain things with this and that. The other thing I like is I like how he's very tough on the players, and, he wants to get the players confident for every game. And especially with the fact, even at times when we've had bad losses, there's even been a time where he screamed at the whole entire team after games, especially that Monday night game in Miami earlier in the season when we played so bad. Even though, yes, it was a close game against the Dolphins, but it was still bad. He yelled at the whole entire team after the game.
I mean, listen, hold on. I understand that, and I'll let you get the last word on this, Steve. That's all well and fine. I get that. He's a guy that's gonna kick guys in the keister when it needs to be done. I understand that. I understand that he's gonna be the authoritarian. He's gonna tell guys what for. I get that. He's gonna yell at guys. He's gonna whatever. The Jets started the season 0-7, and in most of those games, they look completely outmatched. Against Buffalo, they looked outmatched, okay? We can keep going down the list of teams that they looked completely outmatched against. I'm talking schematically. I'm talking all of it. There were games where it looked like they didn't even show up, where the Jets didn't even score until the fourth quarter. So I understand all the screaming and but if you go back to that game against New England, right? You go back and look, we got outcoached then too. We got outcoached. Nobody wants to talk about that, and I'm going to talk about it. So I understand that you may be confident in Aaron Glenn, but I need to see more from him. And this is coming from the guy that wanted Aaron Glenn to be our head coach. He was one of the guys I wanted, and I still want him. I want him to work here. But when I'm watching him and his staff stumble and bumble before going into a half and not being able to put a drive together, where I'm watching, and that was multiple times this year where that has happened. I watched him literally not be able to set up a scoring drive before a half, not even to put himself in field goal position. I watched him literally sit on a football and blow 37 seconds off a clock just to go into a half. It was the most mind-boggling thing I'd ever seen. And everybody in NFL was like, what the heck is going on there?
That was the game in oh, no, Joe. I was absolutely frustrated with him. That was the game in London against Denver.
Yeah.
When he basically let that clock tick down, the game that we lost 13-11 to the Broncos. I mean, listen. Listen. The two games that we got blown out against Buffalo and Dallas, that was on him, okay? And listen. And even the game, even after when we had the opening drive touchdown against New England, because we started that game, because he said I wanted to start with the ball first. And Glenn actually made the right decision by starting with the ball. Jets took it down the field. Fields ran it in 5 yards, got a touchdown. But the thing was, like, even throughout the rest of the game, like, even for most of the first half, like, I'll say this, like, going back to the game against New England, Joe, New England actually kept us in that game.
Yes, they did.
Because remember, we were only down 14-7 at halftime.
Yep.
Because what happened was towards the end of the half, the defense did show up towards the end of the half.
Mm-hmm.
And then remember, their kicker missed a 45-yard field goal right before half.
Yep.
And the thing was, I was like, all right, you know what? Maybe that could give us a little bit of momentum,
Mm-hmm.
going into the next half. Unfortunately, Joe, what happened was Travion Henderson on New England ran all over our defense, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And and the thing was, unfortunately, and I'll even say this too, Joe, listen, yes, there were times where Fields did look bad in the game against New England, and that was the reason why he got benched. But there were some passes that he made that receiver shouldn't have caught.
Mm-hmm.
The A.D. Mitchell drop,
Mm-hmm.
that was a pass that he threw a dime on.
Mm-hmm.
A.D. Mitchell catches that pass, we have the ball on New England's, 25, 24-yard line,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe have a chance to maybe get some more points, whether it's a touchdown or a field goal. Listen, Aaron Glenn, Joe, has to do a better job with getting the players ready for games.
Facts.
And listen, I know he's a first-year head coach,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, though, he's got to do a better job.
Yeah.
And I think he knows it, too. I know this was a mini-bye week the Jets had, but, I mean, we've seen this before when the Jets have had mini-bye weeks in the past.
Mm-hmm.
They would come out, they would look flat in next game, and that is something I'm a little bit worried about going into the next game against B-More.
Yeah. Give me your final score prediction, Jets, Ravens. What do you think happens? How do you think it ends up?
Let me tell you something, Joe, going into this game. Lamar Jackson is actually coming off of one of his worst games of the season.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you heard about this, but last Sunday when the Ravens played in Cleveland, yes, Baltimore did win the game 23-16 over the Browns. Lamar Jackson was terrible in that game. In my opinion, he is coming off of one of his worst games. And I think he's going to be kind of pissed off going into that game because I know he's going to want some redemption against us. Listen, with Tyrod now being at the quarterback, do I think it will bring a spark into the Jets offense? I think it will. But unfortunately, Baltimore is just a better team than we are as of right now. I do think the Ravens are going to beat us. I'm going to say 31-17 Baltimore.
31-17. Listen, Steve. This is a great call from you. Next time I have a show, I want to hear from you, all right?
Hey, no problem, man. Good night.
All right. Steve calling in with some takes. We're going to go to 252-252. I'm coming to you. Val, we'll get to you next. Man, I understand. People are talking. And I hear that they're very confident in Aaron Glenn, and I get it. Some people feel like he's the guy, and they're okay with moving forward with him, and that's all well and fine. But I got questions. 252, you're looking like a new caller. You're on the line. Give me your name and where you're from.
Yes, hello. My name is Steven, and I'm from North New Jersey.
Okay.
I know that it says, North Carolina.
Okay.
That's just, where I was from originally.
Okay. Give me your thoughts, man. Welcome to the show. What are your thoughts about what we're seeing from the New York Jets? Lost to the Pats. How are you feeling about Justin Fields getting benched?
Honestly, man, it's hard. Like, it breaks my heart, man, because, it's just I'm so used to seeing them grind and go on the team, I'm so used to seeing their girth, their mass.
As we continue on, there's going to be trolls that are going to come around. But guess what? They're not going to stop your boy Joe. They're not going to stop your boy Joe. You can't hate on me. What a loser. All right? The Jets are having a bad enough season. I'm not going to listen to idiots. Val, call in. I want to hear from you. You know what I'm saying? We got people on the line. A lot of people getting ready to call in here, man. But anyway, there's a lot of things going on with the New York Jets, right? A lot of things moving and shaking. A lot of things happening. We're sitting here looking around, and I'm just wondering again, Aaron Glenn, what's going on here? How exactly? Val, are you on the line?
Yeah, I'm on the line.
The trolls, they can't stop me, baby. They can't stop me. You see how quickly I get the idiots up out of here?
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Bro, we are 2-8. We are 2-8. You know what I'm saying? We 2-8, dog.
2-8, man.
You can't stop me, bro. I done been through it all. I've been through it all. I've been a Jets fan my whole life. Do you think that I'm going to allow like some idiot to call in here with a bunch of nonsense? I'm watching nonsense every week. I watch the Jets. I'm a Jets fan.
Oh, man. Exactly.
Bruh.
Circus going on,
Man, I just watched some idiocy a couple weeks ago. I just talked about it. Aaron Glenn before the half. Let 30-something seconds roll off a clock. Couldn't get a score before the half. I'm watching on a weekly basis. I am watching Breece Hall completely evaporate when the game comes on. He just don't get the ball. All right? I'm watching Justin Fields out here getting benched. I'm watching a defense that can't stop a soul. I'm watching nonsense every week. Do you think I want to hear from some clown? I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying?
We already in the circus.
I'm saying we already in the circuits. And you want to come in with a bunch of nonsense. Anyway, we moving forward, baby. We moving forward. Listen, for those of you that do not know, this man Val, he's a savage. He's a savage for those of y'all that don't know. Listen, Val, we sitting here, baby. The Jets, man. We're looking around, losing to the Patriots. Then we got Justin Fields getting benched. What are your thoughts, man?
Oh, man. Listen, salute Joe. Salute to all the savages, you know. It was definitely, you know, I would say, man, this is definitely a roller coaster, man. I'm just like, you know, it's not, I can't really blame all on Justin Fields, but yes, he is a part of the problem. The offensive line did do well, you know what I'm saying, on certain parts of the game. And it's just the wide receivers are not catching the ball. It's like it's hitting their hands and it's just non-catchable and stuff. And as I said this from the beginning, man, we always said this before this season even started. Who is the second wide receiver? We need another wide receiver in here.
Facts.
This is exactly what was the problem. Because what happens if Garrett Wilson gets injured? Who's going to end up stepping up to fulfill that role? And that's what I was saying in the offseason.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I was basically saying, like, I don't know if we really trying to win.
Mm-hmm.
I really – that's how I really truly believe. I don't know if we really trying to win. I'm happily thinking like that because I feel like we're trying to get a spot. We're trying to rebuild and everything and basically build it from the ground up and they get their players that they want to get.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it just comes all the way back to this past all season. It's like we got one and done proven deals, as I told you before, you know, and it's just like really these players are not as good, you know, just like I just told you in the chat, like, you know, the Patriots spend money and they're getting their money's worth, you know, because they're number one in the conference right now, and the Buffalo Bills is trying to play catch up right now. So they got their money's worth. So they're going to the playoffs and stuff, you know, from what it looks like so far. So they got their money's worth. But as this season goes on and this off season, Aaron Glenn, I understand how everybody feels right now about Aaron Glenn. Rightfully so. But my thing is, I'm gonna see when he gets his players involved, like when whoever he feels like is going to be a part of his culture and be a part of this new team and this new regime that they feel comfortable having, then we will judge him on next year and then the year after that. I feel like rightfully so because this is still the same team from the last regime, Michael Clemens.
Here's my thing.
I don't even know why he's on a. Oh,
no. You're making some good points, Michael Clemens. And if you could fix your, I don't know, your audio, it just sounds a little like a little robotic. I don't know if you're on Bluetooth or what, but just clean it up just a little bit or come a little closer to the phone.
Is it better?
Yeah. Say it again.
Is it better?
Yeah, it's better right now.
Okay. Gotcha.
So here's the thing. I understand people going, okay, we'll give him a mulligan year. here's why I have an issue with that. Okay.
Mhm.
I remember when he came into the building. Anybody remember when Quinnen Williams put out that tweet saying, "Oh, well, another rebuilding year for me once Aaron Rodgers was gone," right? And he came out and publicly addressed that and said that this is not a rebuild. We're not doing that. We're going to continue forward and we're going to win. Does anybody remember him saying that? Because I do.
Yep.
I remember that. I'm just talk to me. Here's the deal. They knew what they were getting when they came into the building. Okay. You knew the team that we had, whatever it is that you wanted to do. If you're talking about completely tearing this team down, okay, cool. Don't say that it's not a rebuild, though, because that's exactly what you're doing when you tear the team apart. That's one. Two, my question then becomes, okay, the thing about going into a rebuild is that you have to have the right people in place to lead that rebuild. This is where it gets dangerous, and that's why I'm going to keep talking about this. I'm not going to stop. Because as a Jets fan, I've seen this before. Anybody remember when we went under that rebuild with Todd Bowles and Mike McCagnon? Anybody remember that? And I said, hey, I don't think Todd Bowles is the right guy to go into a rebuild with because he can't coach. Like, he doesn't have the staff. Like, it's just not looking good. And we never came out of that rebuild right. We're going into another rebuild, whether you want to call it or not, but you yourself, Val, has acknowledged that. And to this point, Aaron Glenn has not shown you that he's a good coach in this league. He is not, to me, I'm watching every game intensely.
You have every right to feel like that.
Okay, so my question then becomes, how confident can I be? Like, how confident can I be in the rebuild if I can't even be confident in the people that are in charge of installing this rebuild? Because I've seen this. I've literally seen this before. I've seen this. I've seen we're going to do a rebuild, a full rip down. We've seen it. Todd Bowles, Mike McCagnon, we're ripping everything down. It's a rebuild time. That was one of the first time. I think that was the first time in like franchise history where even the owner came out and said, we're doing a rebuild. We're rebuilding.
You know what's crazy? I said that too because that next year it was actually a good draft for quarterbacks, and that's what we really got lucky on.
Talk about it. Talk about it.
But this year, not too hot.
So I'm all I'm saying is, like, how can I be confident in the rebuild if I can't be confident in the controller and the installer of the rebuild? How can I? Especially when you're trading away franchise pieces like Sauce Gardner, right? And even Quinnen Williams wanted to get out of here. Here's the deal. You're trading corners away. That's all. Okay, cool. You're trading foundational guys that you hope that when you draft them, they'll turn into that. Guess what? You're going to have to draft another corner, and you're going to have to hit on that, dog. You're going to have to hit that on corner. You're going to have to. Because if you don't, then what are you doing? What are we doing here? Not only that, but when you draft that quarterback, I need you to hit on that quarterback too. Because so far what you've shown me at quarterback is major question marks because you ran out and got Justin Fields and gave him $30 million guaranteed. You threw Aaron Rodgers out the building. You couldn't get him out of there fast enough. And you ran and grabbed Justin Fields and was ready to bench him 6.5 games into the season. So I got questions. That's all I got. I want to give you the final word on. I'm going to give you the word on that. But I'm just wondering why people are so confident because I haven't seen anything to be confident in at all. Some of the personnel moves there's been some that have been okay for Moogie. I'm not necessarily, there's been some I didn't like. I still don't like Brandon Stevens. I don't think he's ever going to really be a good corner here. There's some other moves that have been a bit shaky, but he has made some good moves as well. I've questioned publicly. I questioned the benching of just going on to the coaching. I've questioned the benching of Quincy Williams. I think it was the Jets' best linebacker. How do you bench him? But then
that's either, and that's where I come from. Where it's like, are we tanking on purpose? That's what I'm saying because that's the question I be asking because it's like this guy is a baller. I don't understand why you trying to, bench this guy. This guy actually balls out and stuff. You know, I don't know what's going on in on the practice facility or anything, but when it comes to the games, he's actually showing out on your TV. You know what I'm saying? You see that he actually makes plays, and you see that he actually made plays in the Patriots game, regardless if we lost or not. But he was actually doing a really good job. So I just don't understand it. It's just like, and you would think like he's an Aaron Glenn type of player because he knows how to tackle.
Yeah.
He gets to the quarterback, and he actually, explodes on a defensive side as well too. The only thing I would have to say about Quincy is probably the coverage. The coverage has to be a little bit better when it comes to the communication. And Jay Wood, I would say he has to play a little bit better as well too. He hasn't looked too hot this year.
But here's the thing though, and it's great that you bring that up. How can you tell me that Quincy Williams should deserve to be benched, but you don't bench guys like Michael Clemens, who on a weekly basis is terrible? How is it that you're not doing anything with all these other guys that are consistently getting penalties as well, though? Like Jarvis Brownlee, and look, Jarvis Brownlee has provided a spark for the Jets defense at times. Like he's been surprising at times. But when you're as wild and like reckless as he was against the Patriots, how do you not sit him down for just a couple plays? Like, yo, enough's enough. Bro, he had some penalties in that game. To start the game, he suplexed the guy. And I understand that football is a physical sport. Like, I know that, okay? I get it.
Trying to set the tone.
Yeah, I get. Yeah, but you got to, and I understand that. But setting the tone, you got to be smart when you do that.
Exactly.
Right? Michael Clemens, we've seen Michael Clemens set
players accountability.
Exactly. We've seen Michael Clemens set the tone by fighting, and that costed us.
Yep.
We've seen him try to set the tone like that as well. You suplexing a guy, that's never going to work. Set the tone. Be physical, but be smart. Be smart. When you go, look at the Patriots. The Patriots, bro, they set the tone. That's how they beat us. They set the tone from the jump. Drake Man and boy, they set the tone, but they're smart about the way they set the tone. The Chiefs, they set the tone too. They'll set the tone and tune your keister up. They sure will. They do it every time. They'll set the tone, come out, and they're very smart. The Ravens, very smart. You look, all these teams, they set the tone as well. Ravens are about as physical as you can get in the NFL. They set the tone, but they're smart with their physicality.
For sure.
Exactly. So it's like I'm just looking around and I'm saying to myself, like, come on, man. Like, I get it, and I want to hear from you. I'm gonna let you give me your rebuttal. But when I look at all this stuff, especially surrounding Aaron Glenn, I'm just wondering, man. It just leads me to wonder. Go ahead, give me your thoughts.
Okay, yeah. So I would say about Aaron Glenn. Listen, like how everybody else is saying as well too, which I'm still on the same boat as them as well too. I still believe in Aaron Glenn. You know, it's like it's not even like he's not showing it out there. It's more of the players are still fighting for him. You know what I'm saying? So he still has the locker room. It's not like how it's like Todd Bowles, you know, like players are not really playing hard or anything, or they're waving. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, you know, they still play hard for him. And also, I feel like once he gets the players that he does get, he could possibly change the culture. And I know it does not show right now, but I just feel like, you know, he has something about him. It's just like, you know, I feel like he has the right attitude and the way how he approaches it. I feel like, you know, players will actually listen to him. But I just feel like he doesn't have the talent right now. He doesn't have the talent, and he probably doesn't have the right defensive coordinator right now as well, too. And not to get on him as well, because the defense has been looking better as of lately, except for minus the Patriots game. But as of lately, the Browns, and of course the Browns is not that good, and then the Bengals, you know, they got a good offense, but you know they're still, you know, not all that as well too, especially without Joe Burrows. But I still feel like, you know, Aaron Glenn is still a good, you know, he could possibly be a good head coach. I could see the potential, but you have you have every right to question Aaron Glenn, because as of lately, he has not looked good. You know what I'm saying? I will say that. He definitely has not looked good, and he doesn't give you the, you know, the trust of him getting basically getting the right quarterback, or him developing quarterback, because we haven't seen that. We see Justin Fields, you know, he's still doing this basically the same thing over and over, and it's not working and stuff. But like I said, again, I mean, it's kind of like, Justin Fields didn't. I hate to take the, what I'm saying, hate to, stand up for Justin Fields to a certain extent, but it just feels like they didn't really put too much product around him. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the wide receiver, I feel like they got lackluster wide receivers, and it was just Garrett Wilson, and it's just like you gotta give this man some talent as well too, and I just feel like they didn't do that. But again, Justin Fields, he's been, not as accurate and stuff. He knows how to run the ball, of course, but sometimes like, these players got to catch the football as well too. But I feel like I let's see what happens going forward. But I do believe in Tyrod Taylor. I feel like they're gonna open and also too. I just feel like they don't open up the playbook when it comes to Justin Fields, because I feel like as everybody else see it, they don't really trust Justin Fields to pass the ball, and we see that time and time again. They always run the ball. It's been ground and pound majority of the time, and I'm fine with ground and pound, but at times it gets too much, that players are going to just like, you know what, all they're going to do is run the ball. They don't trust Justin Fields, so we're going to, make them try to pass the ball. And then when they do pass the ball, it's either he's accurate or he's not accurate, or the wide receivers are not catching the ball because we don't have a number one wide receiver out there.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking around, man. I'm just wondering, especially going forward, how the Jets are going to address this quarterback position, right? I mean, do you think that they'll actually cut Justin Fields this offseason? I mean, if you were Jets general manager, how would you handle it?
Just like you said, the numbers it doesn't make sense to cut him because, again, this is the last year for Tyrod Taylor. He's getting older. He just had two injuries back to back, and he didn't really play. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like you might as well just keep Justin Fields around, have him as a backup because, again, we're paying two quarterbacks. Whether you like it or not, we're paying Aaron Rodgers. Even though he's playing for the Pittsburgh Steelers, he's still on the books for this year and, of course, next year as well, too. So that's what that's what it's about. And then, again, we're not even just paying Aaron Rodgers. Everybody keeps forgetting. We're still paying Mike Williams. We're still paying C.J. Mosley and other players that we reconstructed their contracts as well too. So that's why I said they're doing what I see what they're doing, but they're not telling us. You know what I'm saying? They're not giving us the full picture. That's why I do have that little conspiracy that they're not really trying to win. I feel like they're trying to get the best draft picks as well too. But like I said, I might be wrong. But you just got to look at it logically. Like they're still trying to fix what the last regime did because remember they was trying to go all out. We were supposed to be going to the Super Bowl, but we only had 5 wins. So that's what I feel like they're doing. That's why I'm going to judge Aaron Glenn next year in 2027 for sure. But he has to make sure he doesn't have a season like this again, But, he has to really turn it around next season and get some wins going because this is not the way to, start off your NFL head coaching career of being the first time. But that's how I feel.
Okay. So when you look at this situation, right, do you think the Jets end up drafting a quarterback this year, or do you think that happens next season? Do you think that happens in 2027, or do you think that happens, this upcoming draft?
Listen, Joe, I don't really watch college football like that, and I'm going to start watching some college football, but from what I'm hearing from the people that I do know that really watch college football, they're saying this draft class, when it comes to quarterback, do not touch it. It's not really good. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, my God. Like, every time we are in a situation, there's no Jaden Daniels, there's no, these quarterbacks, these generational quarterbacks. There's never one was looking for a quarterback. There's none of them. At all.
We did draft Sam Darnold. He looks really good. He's not a Jets jersey, but he looks really good now, don't he?
I'm not a big, you know me, I'm not really a big Sam Darnold fan like that, but he definitely did turn it around. I will give you that for sure. Yeah. But he did revert back to the Sam Darnold I do know, what I'm saying, against the Rams. But you can't knock what he done this whole season. He's definitely been looking really good. He's been looking elite. Yeah. He's been blowing out teams and stuff. So I would give him that. But my pick that year was either Baker Mayfield or Lamar Jackson. That was the two.
I did like Josh Lamar too. Like that. Yeah.
What about him?
I like the Lamar. Well, everybody knows, but I didn't think that the Jets were gonna. I didn't think that Sam Darnold. I didn't think that Sam was gonna slide past the Browns. I thought he was gonna be a Brown. People try to talk me.
Too.
Yeah, people were trying to talk me into Sam, I was like, bro, y'all need to stop it. And so my thing was, look, if we can't, we're clearly not going to get Sam Darnold. Lamar Jackson, we should definitely take him. And I know you remember all the talk. He should be a wide receiver, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, man.
But
I remember the talk.
yeah, that was a lot
It was one thing that they kept trying to link us to was Josh Rosen.
Yes, correct. Correct.
Oh, my God.
Completely
he's
correct.
The next Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. But, yeah, I was stunned when we got Sam. But, like, there was a lot of things that we messed up, here with Sam. Didn't protect him, didn't give him weapons, bad coaching, Adam Gase. I mean, that was wild time.
Adam Gase. Oh, that was the.
But then look, right? Went to the right spots, found the right spot, groomed correctly, boom. Now he's playing well.
It took him a while.
Yeah, it took him a little, but it happens though, right? We've seen it. We saw that with Ryan Tannehill. We saw that with Geno Smith at one point in his career, right? Look at Drake May. Drake May, people were ready to throw him out of here, right? Look at him now. Look at him now, though. MVP season, baby. Like, and I can't stand the Patriots, but I'm just saying, like, Mike Vrabel and them boys got over there. He's having an MVP candidate season for real. So, but yeah, go ahead and continue to give me your thoughts on that.
No, absolutely, man. Like I said, like, it's just like, I feel like you just got to be in the right situation at that time as well, too. It just feels like, we have to, I feel like the organization as a whole has to get better because, we keep going through quarterbacks after quarterbacks. And then, when they leave us, it's either their careers either gets back, revived, or, it either dies out and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I just feel like we got to know how to develop our own quarterbacks and stuff. I just feel like, Zach Wilson, we didn't do our due diligence, and it was really not a good year when it came to quarterbacks around that year as well, too. Because I don't want us to make that mistake and, us draft a quarterback and then it's not really – I mean, look at the quarterback situation is going on with that year. We had Justin Fields. That was supposed to be picked by us, and you see how Justin Fields is playing. We had Zach Wilson. We had Trey Lance that year, and then also Trevor Siemian. And Trevor Siemian is not even really – looking all that hot as right now as well too, so it was just a bad year when it comes to quarterbacks. And I just hope that we don't fall for it. If this quarterback class is basically what everybody is saying is not that hot. 2027 is what they're saying is going to be a better year when it comes to quarterbacks and stuff. So I just feel like, I know you don't want to do it, but we might have to go to, the veteran route. I feel like that's the simplest route.
Yeah,
I know.
I'm not against it. I'm not against it. Because I'm not like I think JJ said it earlier as well, and I was agreeing with him. I'm not necessarily like over the moon about Simpson or Mendoza, especially like Mendoza to me is just I don't know. I'm just not over the moon about him. I know some people are, and that they have their own right to be, but I wouldn't mind going the veteran route, but I just don't want to do something. I don't want to see them do something stupid like try to tie themselves to like Kyler Murray or something like that, Because I think that Kyler Murray, his skill set, I've seen him cook the Jets multiple times. He has a great skill set.
Oh my
God! But there is so many questions about him, like and his his want, his commitment to football. Like, there's so many questions about that. And I don't want to bring that here, especially when we're talking about building cultures. You know what I'm saying? Especially when we're talking about building cultures. I don't want to bring a guy that has questionable commitments to football. And I know people are talking about Burrow as well. I don't even think that Burrow is a realistic perspective. I never thought it was a realistic perspective. I think he has a no-trade clause. I don't know why he would want to come here at all. Never mind the fact that the capital you'd have to give up for him. And I like Joe Burrow, but he's been injured, 3 out of the last 6 seasons he's been in the league? Major injuries? I mean, what could go wrong if he were to come here, right? What could go wrong?
He's going to be playing in MetLife too?
I'm saying, come on. Let's be serious here. So I don't think that Joe Burrow is a realistic option at all. So I don't even want to discuss that. So I just wonder, man. I'm just wondering what the future's going to look like, the landscape. I'm more than prepared for the Jets to take a quarterback in 2027 and pass on one in 2026, at least in the draft.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm
waiting until 2027. I would say probably get a Jacoby Brissett or something, or don't know, like a quarterback that I feel like could just fill is a stopping gap, basically.
Yeah. Another
And
one.
just for him to compete with Justin Fields,
Yeah.
because listen, you get rid of Justin Fields is not really like it's not going to be good,
Yeah.
because again you're paying two quarterbacks already. Because like I said, Aaron Rodgers still on the book, so I will probably try to go and get a Jacoby Brissett or probably get another quarterback that could probably. I don't even think Kirk Cousins will come here, and I don't even know if I want Kirk Cousins because he's all right, but he's not that good,
Yeah.
But
No, yeah.
somebody that's go ahead.
No, yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, I definitely don't agree with Mac Jones. I don't believe in Mac Jones,
Yeah.
even though he used to cook us though. But
Facts.
nah. But yeah, you
So
go.
we got the Ravens game coming up, man. I'm
Cook.
concerned. Lamar Jackson. I'm really just concerned with. I mean, of course, Lamar Jackson is Lamar Jackson. Like we all know what time it is with him. But
Yeah.
the Jets' defense has been so bad this year. Like I'm just seeing Derrick Henry running for like 150, 2, maybe 3 touchdowns on the Jets easy. I'm telling you, I think that's what's going to happen. What are your thoughts, man? I mean, give me your 3 keys to victory for the Jets against the Ravens, and what's your final score prediction?
Listen, for your contact purposes, I will say, listen, for us to actually try to win this game, we have to, complete passes, get Breece Hall involved, and for defense to, stop the run when it comes to, the Ravens, because that is a very elite offense. And
it ain't happening. Go ahead. I'm listening. It ain't happening.
It ain't happening, but listen, I guess we're gonna enjoy the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're gonna see a real offense
Yeah.
on the other side. Oh, and also, Tyrod Taylor to actually, get the players involved as well too, and hopefully AD, actually, steps up and actually catches the ball and stuff. So we just gotta, so. Yeah.
Man, I just want to, before I get your score prediction, did anybody hear about when Sauce told the media that being with the Colts was the first time that he had seen an offense like that? Like, that, and I know he didn't mean it as a slight at the Jets, but it was like, dang, man, wow.
Right.
Seeing him in that blue and white jersey, and
Williams is actually looking, happy on Monday as well too.
Man.
Yesterday,
Man, Quinnen, I know that Quinnen's excited. I know that Quinnen's overly excited, and I think they said he wanted to go to the Cowboys. That was like his. That's like his. That was his dream, was to play there. And I wish him nothing but the best, man, because
I wish him nothing but the best too.
He didn't deserve what he got here. He didn't deserve just
Listen,
lose.
I'm not even mad at Quentin Williams. He's been through 3 different head coaches, especially them Adam Gates era, man. Like, that was the worst era.
Yeah. I mean, it's just mind-boggling. So, what is your final score prediction, Jets? Say it again.
Was he with Todd Bowles as well too?
No.
Leonard Williams?
No, that was Leonard Williams. Leonard Williams was with Todd Bowles.
Okay.
He might have been there the last year.
I think he might have been there for that last year.
No, he was there. He was there for Adam Gase.
Oh,
I think he was there for Adam Gase. Yeah, he was there for he was there for Adam Gase. I think he was there for Adam Gase.
If he was with Todd Bowles, golly, he deserved to be traded.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's 4 coaches.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, it's tough.
Rough. What is your final score prediction?
Oh yeah, we're getting as you said, Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
we're getting cooked. Okay. 14-31.
Ooh.
So they're gonna score 31 points or so.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's done, bro.
Jeez
Lamar's
Louise.
cooking us.
Jeez Louise. Yeah. All right, well, Val, listen, man. Phenomenal call from you, man, as usual. Next time I have a show, I want to hear from you, all right?
Absolutely, Joe, man. Everybody salute. Hit the like, subscribe for Joe's page, man. And, hopefully, we see better days next year for sure. And, those picks to go.
Yeah.
And make sure we hit those picks. But, all right, man, I'm out of here.
All right, you have a good one. Listen, Val calling in and giving us some takes. Yeah. If anybody, because Quentin Williams was, man. But I understand a lot of people look at him differently. DD, salutes to you as well, Savage. He says, Tyrod ain't it either. Muji is AG's sidekick. Yeah. JJ says, Taylor has a noodle arm. Yeah, we got to see. We got to see, man. We got to see. It's going to be very, very interesting going forward. Very interesting. Danger Zone, salutes to you. Rusty, salutes to you as well. Rusty says, Murray should have went to the MLB. That doesn't interfere with the Call of Duty releases. Woo. Jeez. It's a lot of heat being thrown around in there. I'll tell you what, that's my big question about Kyler Murray. You bring him into the building, you know, is he really committed to football? That's been a big question about him, undoubtedly, throughout his career. It's crazy. It's crazy. Danger Zone says, Mac Jones for a fourth? No, I'm good on that. I gotta, you know, we'll continue to talk about the possible quarterbacks that could be there, but I wouldn't trade a fourth for Mac Jones. You might as well just go forward with who you got, and that's that. We need all the draft capital we could get, especially if you're going into a draft, especially if you're going into basically like a rebuild situation. We need all the draft capital that we could possibly get. Okay? So, no, I wouldn't trade a fourth for Mac Jones, though. I wouldn't do that. But I understand. You know, I understand the take. So, to give you folks my final prediction, listen, man. We're going to lose. Okay? The Jets are going to lose. I'm sorry. I think the biggest issue for the Jets is going to be to stop in the running game. And I don't think they're going to stop it. I think that Derrick Henry is going to run for 4,000 yards on the Jets. No lie. I think the Jets defense is going to struggle to stop the RPO. I think that that's going to be huge for the Ravens. I think that they're going to pull RPO after RPO after RPO, and that's going to be it. You know, I think Derrick Henry is going to have a big game against us. Like I said, I think he's going to run for like 125, 130, you know, maybe even 150 and have 2 touchdowns. I think we're going to struggle to stop him, particularly coming out the backfield, catching the football if they get him involved that way. But running the ball, we're not going to stop him. I also think we're going to struggle with their tight end position. Andrews and Likely, we ain't stopping him either. We ain't stopping him. I think the Ravens are they're gonna beat us bad. I'm saying 30-7 Ravens. Real talk. I don't think the Jets are going to beat the Ravens whatsoever. I don't think they're going to beat the Ravens. And I think Tyrod's going to get, you know, he's got to be careful, but I think he's going to throw some picks in this game. I'm keeping it all the way real with y'all. I'm keeping it so real. So real. Whew. It's going to be rough, man. So 30-7, I'm taking the Ravens. Listen, folks, phenomenal show. This was a phenomenal show, and I want to thank everybody for calling in. Listen, folks, I am the man of the people. I'm here for the people. Let me shamelessly promote my Facebook page. Everyone go on Facebook, search The Long Beach Joe Show. Like that page. My content's up there. Go ahead and give it a listen. Message me. I'll message you right back. I love going back and forth with you folks about this football team. Also, leave me some feedback, okay? I love that. I love when y'all leave some feedback, all right? Let me know what you think about what I'm doing here. I don't want to thank y'all for that. A lot of people hit me up, say, Joe, we love the shows. Hey, Joe, keep them going. You know what I'm saying? I thank y'all. Thank y'all a lot. I'm also on Twitter as well. Going over to Twitter, type in @The Long Beach Joe, @The Long Beach Joe on Twitter. Go ahead and follow me. I'll follow you right back. You want to troll me? No issues. I am the troll that lives under the bridge, and I will have my Vera Tucker jersey on at all times. At all times. Okay? At all times. He's going to come back next season. I'm hoping that the Jets give him an incentive deal. Okay? Keep him on the roster. Put him back out there at guard and let him do his thing. Okay? All right? Incentive laden. I know he's had some injury issues, you know. I'm keeping it real. Let's keep it incentive laden and let's put him, you know, in a good spot. All right? So yeah, it'll be me and Vera Tucker. All right. I'm also on YouTube as well. Again, Long Beach Joe Jets on YouTube, Long Beach Joe Jets. Go ahead and subscribe, hit that notification bell, give the video and streams a thumbs up. If you want to give to the platform, Super Chat is up there as well. I don't know if I said that. Cash App is at the bottom of the screen. Anything you give, greatly appreciated. Yeah, so get involved with me on YouTube. And if you want to troll me in the comments, go ahead and get in those comments and troll me as well. And as always, people, okay, when you see me in person, because I'll be outside. I do not hide. I'll be outside, okay? When you see me in person, there's arms out, chest open. Free hugs for everyone. Free hugs for everyone, okay? They're free. No matter what anybody tells you, the hugs will always remain free. Don't let people lie to you, all right? I want to thank you folks for calling in. I want to thank you folks for, being involved, commenting, all the savages in the chat. Any way that you interact with your boy in this show, I want to thank y'all for that, okay? Thank you, because without y'all, I'm nothing. Thank you so much for interacting with your boy and getting involved in the show and, continuing to give me your thoughts on this team and everything that we're doing over here. Man, I want to thank y'all for that. You guys are the absolute greatest. So with that said, until the next show, you folks have a good one. Peace. 1 second, folks. We're back. All right. Listen, folks, I got to get up out of here. My schedule's crazy. Salutes. This was a phenomenal show. All right. I want to thank everybody, all the savages. Hold on. Let me make sure I get this to y'all. Exclamation point links. That has a link tree to all of my content, my reaction channel, all that stuff. Please get involved with that stuff over there. I'm going to get some reactions out. My schedule has been wild. Also has the links to all of my social media, Twitter, all of that stuff. Get involved with all of that stuff there. Click that link. It's listed everything. Okay, so get involved with everything I got going on over there. For those of you that are watching me, if this is your first time watching me, we do this show year around. Okay, we do these shows year round, and we have a lot of fun. So please get involved. With me and my platform, please subscribe, hit that notification bell, so that when I go live or I post content, you will be in the know. All right. We have this live radio show. As of now, this is how we're taking calls. That's probably going to change. That could more than likely is going to change coming soon. I'll let y'all know. But right now, this is the number right here. You call in. The only thing I don't allow on my show is cursing. Don't call into my show cursing. I'll get you out of here fast. Okay. If you have a different perspective, like y'all heard tonight, there was a various different perspectives from mine. I want to hear it. I'll hear you out. But don't think you're just gonna call in and have a take. I'm gonna challenge it. I'm not a guy that's gonna try to take your head off. But I want to hear your perspective. I want to hear why you think the way that you think. It's important to me because that's why I do this. All right, to interact with Jets fans. I talk to people all the time about the team. Y'all know for years. All right. So please, I want to hear from you and I want to hear y'all thoughts on everything that's going on with this football team. It's important to me. So please, call in. Don't be scared because I recently had someone that was like, Joe, I love the show, but I'm scared. I don't want to call in. Don't be scared. OK, this is I want to hear you out. All right. We're just having a conversation as friends and I want to hear your perspective. That's how I interact with people here. Now, you get outrageous. We can get outrageous too. Let's do it. All right. But, okay, I'm all about having good banter. Let's go back and forth. I don't allow cursing on my show. Don't call into my show cursing. I'll get you out of here. I'm talking fast. I don't allow that. Okay. I do not allow that. Okay. Because this is a family show here. Okay. And this is also this is YouTube. Okay. So, my platform is a family platform. We can't have that. And, YouTube is not with that either. And I'm, very respectable of YouTube and their sensitivity because I love YouTube. Okay. So please get involved with everything that I'm doing. When you call in, make sure you have a good phone line. If your phone line sucks, I'm going to move on from you. Okay. If I can't hear you and it sounds crazy, you got a bunch of background noise too. Get that background noise out of here. Okay. Call me from a good space where I can hear you and we'll get it. And again, if I miss your call, I'll call you back. Okay, I will call you back. So, as of now, because that's how we're doing things. So please, 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 get involved with the show. Call in. Let me know what time it is with you, and what your thoughts are about what's going on with the New York Jets. Okay. Oh, also, if you're not a Jets fan, that doesn't stop you from being able to call in. Okay, we have people call in all the time that are across various teams from within the NFL. I've had Raiders fans call in on a weekly basis, Falcons fans call in, and we had Patriots fans call in here, Bills fans call in, Bucks fans, fans from all across the NFL are welcome to call in. But again, keep in mind, we bleed green here. You see these two players, all right? You see Garrett, you see, Justin, even though he's benched, he's still here. All right, so we bleed green here. We talk about the team, but we do want to hear your perspective about what you got going on and how you see the Jets, okay, from around the NFL. So I want to thank y'all, man. I want to thank y'all for that. We have a lot of fun doing that. Also, we do live watch-alongs throughout the year when my schedule allows. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do one this week, but I'll let y'all know. If y'all don't hear from me, but I'll let y'all know if I'm going to do a live watch-along for this upcoming game against the Ravens. But Rusty says, I see 2 Buckeyes on the screen, Joe. Yeah, you do. You sure do. Yeah. Anywho, so, we do live watch-alongs, and then after the games, right, we do a live radio show where we kind of, recap what happened during the live game. So we definitely do that, okay? So yeah, please, when we do those watch-alongs, please tune in, and please, 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 call in and give us your thoughts. Those shows are hot after the game, especially if the Jets lose. Even if they win, it's hot shows. But again, no cursing. Okay, no cursing. Also, games sometimes on this channel, you might pop up and see your boy playing Street Fighter or something like that. Get involved, okay? Get involved. We usually, sit in here and talk about life. A lot of things moving and shaking. I know a lot of people dealing with a lot of great things, or a lot of people dealing with a lot of things. And I hope everyone's just doing the best they can to enjoy it. I'm having a great life, and I hope y'all having a great life as well. But I know that there's a lot of things going on in this world, so please, come in and talk with your boy. If you see me playing games, and I'll get back to that at some point. My schedule is just wild, bro. So I got to get out of here, folks. All right, we got to get going. Listen, folks, be safe. Be safe. All right. But before we do that, salutes to all the savages that's in the chat. Okay, Rusty salutes. Outlaw. Actually, Rusty says, you're awesome, Joe, and fellow savages. Salutes, man. Thank you for being on in here. Salutes to Outlaw as well. He says, I'm guessing you're not doing the game on Sunday. I'll let y'all know. If I do, I'll definitely let y'all know. I got to see, man, because my schedule is wild. But I'll let y'all know for sure. We'll see. But I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know. So I'm leaning more towards I'm not, but we'll see. Okay. But salutes. Yeah, Rusty, Outlaw, Danger, salutes to you as well. Danger Zone, I see you in the building. Salutes and respect to you. JJ, DD, everybody that came on in, man, and said what's up to your boy. Venom G, salutes. Salutes to everybody that came by, said what's up to your boy, and, got involved with the show, man. I really appreciate it, and I want to thank y'all for that. Phenomenal stuff, man. Listen, be safe, folks. Be safe. It's a lot of crazy things going on in this world, all right? A lot of crazy things going on in this world. I don't know why, but I want y'all to be safe. Sit down with your friends, your family, eat some good food, have a great meal, watch some good TV, and enjoy yourselves. And let the people that you love know that you love them, okay? That's important. It's important to me in my life, and I hope it's important to you and yours, all right? I hope it's important to you and yours, because you never know. These days and times, you never know, okay? So I got to slide up out of here. Listen, y'all have a good one. Be safe out there. Until the next show, you folks have a good